Welcome back, you guys. You just read the article, To Tackle or Not to Tackle. Now, I cannot overstate how important American football is to us Americans. And so the game entails tackling. Now, tackling is, you have these two opposing teams and they're trying to get they're trying to get the ball to one end or to the other end. And their line of defense is each other and their bodies. So that's why they wear their helmets, they wear their pads, and they use their whole body to stop the opponent by tackling them. That means taking them to the ground, and sometimes the players fall in very strange ways with their joints in different positions, and other players fall on top of each other. It could be quite dangerous.
Yeah, right.
Many players and many lovers of the sport can say that it's very good to instill, to toughen up, and, learning the rules of the game makes you tougher and better for society to take on other tough roles.
And good sportsmanship too.
Good sportsmanship, right? However, when you suffer a lot of these injuries with tackling, you can also suffer some trauma to the brain, which is known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy, short form CTE. So if you do get a sprained ankle or broken bones, those heal easily. However, brain trauma, not so much. So there has been some backlash that we should not be tackling, especially at such a young age where the kids are developing their brain. They're still growing, and if they suffer these injuries, they could be, damaged and have a lot of complications for the rest of their life. Now, if football players can, they make a career out of it, they will get paid unfathomably large sums of money. However, in high school and younger, they play for free. So they're getting these injuries for free. They're trying to make these laws where kids 10 and under would only be playing flag football, but that created some outrage among these sports fans because they say that it takes out all the fun out of watching American football. We want to see people tackle each other. We want to see them go at it, right? They're trying to make it so 6 and under will be doing flag football, try to lessen the injuries. But still some people were pushing back, so it will be maybe until 2029 where it'll be 13 and under. We'll only be able to do flag football, and then after 13 they can do tackling. But that's still, we say, us Americans, please don't mess with our American football. It's a way of life, This is our country's, our country's sport. Don't mess with America.
Right. If I think about America, honestly, the Super Bowl is one of the first things that I think of.
It's almost a religion at this point, right? So in America, we have football, American football, not to be confused with football, which is soccer everywhere else, right?
Good distinction.
What sport is the most important for the people in your country?
I think the Premier League and the Champions League, football, British football is very important for a lot of people, but I think that's because it's the most famous sport. I think that cricket is actually probably one of our most passionately supported sports in the UK. There's a tournament called the Ashes, which is a cricket match between the UK versus Australia. It's very important to a lot of people. And I remember when I was younger, that was the thing that I supported the most. So the World Cup, not really that important. But the Ashes, my calendar used to revolve around the Ashes, and it's the same for many other people. Well, in the US, do you have any other sports that people enjoy?
NBA,
basketball. Oh,
basketball. Right?
Oh,
yeah. Well, we do have baseball, but I think in terms it goes of football, American football, basketball, and then baseball.
Oh, I never would have guessed that.
We got our
Interesting.
Is it Kobe?
True.
Right. So let's just say you grew up in America. If you were a parent and your child wanted to play American football, would you let them?
Honestly, I think I would be too worried about my child getting hurt to let them play American football. In the UK, we also have rugby, which is very similar to American football, but without the padding.
Right.
So it's
That's worse.
just a sports kit. And yes, that's also very popular in the UK. So watching them clash with each other, very scary. You can hear people bumping into each other quite.
The bones breaking.
Not quite, but just like the sound of two people hitting each other at speed is quite scary. And I think that your brain it should be your most treasured organ. Without it, you can't do anything.
That's why we wear the helmet.
No, but it's like a bell, I feel like. If you bump into each other, your brain is just like, I think, I'm not sure. But yes, as the risk of CTE that you mentioned, I think I couldn't let them do it. I don't think. How about you?
No. First of all, because I think there are many other sports or other ways to instill that kind of like sportsmanship or toughness that everybody wants. And also, it's quite expensive. Also, you have to,
Oh yeah, all the protective
all the
gear.
protective gear, and you have to keep changing it up. And usually they get in 1 year and they just keep, every year. No, I'm okay. I don't want to pay those medical bills. Not in America. No.
Yeah, right. I do kind of understand why people do allow their children to do it, because maybe the prospect of like a college scholarship later on in the future would be good. But I imagine that that's a very small percentage of students that are actually get good enough to be able to get a scholarship.
Right.
So I don't think that the benefit outweighs the risk, unfortunately.
They can try something safer.
Yeah, right. Bowling.
Yeah, to come with those risks, like, oh no. We hope you guys enjoyed that article, and make sure to review the vocabulary that you learned from today's article. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Overstate.
Overstate.
Instill.
Instill.
Entail.
Entail.
Unfathomably.
Unfathomably.
Ban.
Ban.